That's why more and more Lagosians are tuning in.
500,000 Lagosians.
720,000.
970,000.
Over 1 million Lagosians, they know that if you give me your afternoon, I will give you hard facts.
Well done, Sandra, on all you do, going beyond the headlines and focusing on the facts.
I am Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts.
Hello, Lagos. Good afternoon. I am Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts. First hard fact of the day, 9. That's the number of lawyers who have asked a federal high court in Lagos to stop a rally tagged Obidati 23 Forward Ever by supporters of the Labour Party. This rally scheduled for October 1. These lawyers are claiming that the Obi movement should not have this rally in Lagos because they're worried about breakdown of law and order similar to the October 2020 NSAS rally, in which lives were lost and properties were destroyed across the state after thugs attacked the NSAS protests. So that's happening. 1 million Lagosians cannot be wrong. Thank you for tuning into this show. Let's talk about something that's happening here in Lagos. I know that typically Fridays we let Nigeria rest and we take a look at what's happening in other parts of the world, but something really big happened in Lagos and we have to talk about it. So let's talk about the Lagos state government auctioning off the cars of traffic violators. Then let's talk about Eritrea gearing up for more war in Ethiopia. And then let's talk about Webster Academy. At 4 o'clock, Agogo will be here with Public Square. After that, Music and Moments with Ifeanyi and Sam will take the air. News, business, and sports at the top of every hour will happen as it always does on your number one station for talk. But let's get started with today's Big 3 Global Edition. I am Sandra Ezekwesili, Lagos. These are your hard facts.
The Big 3 Global Edition on Hard Facts.
Should motorists lose their cars because of a traffic offense? Is the African Union doing enough to stop the Tigray war? Those are your Big 3 Global Edition. Lagos, let's talk. It's really a big 2, I know, because we're going to have Webster Academy take up the time for our third story. Don't miss that conversation with Webster Academy. If you have questions about going to school in Ghana and then finishing in the US or in the EU or Asia, they have scholarship opportunities as well. Don't miss that conversation. Tell someone who you think will need that information. Lagos State just auctioned off some traffic offenders' cars, and that's our first story. Some months ago, we talked about the amended traffic law, and under the law, the punishment for driving against traffic is to have your car impounded and sold. So yesterday, the state government held an auction for cars that they've seized. It happened in Ikeja. It was a public event, so there was a crowd. The place was packed. If you can, I recommend that you watch our live stream today. I'm sure you've seen some of the videos online already. But just in case you haven't seen the videos online, I have the videos that I would love to play for you on the show. So you had car owners present at this rally. I'm about to play you a clip of how some of the motorists reacted to watching their vehicles get sold. Our live stream is Nigeria Info 99.3. That's Facebook. Nigeria Info 99.3 on Facebook. YouTube, Nigeria Info FM.
Going 350, 360, 360, 360. Going 370, 370, 370, 370, 370. Going 370. Gone.
There are also other videos that I will play for you just before we get into the story proper. Again, if you're watching us live on Facebook, you can see the footage for yourself. I'm sure that you've probably seen it on your own social media before. If you cannot watch on Facebook, check out YouTube. YouTube is Nigeria Info FM. Then you can see that video for yourself. Of course, if you don't have Facebook or you don't have YouTube, I'm going to play the video for you right here. Anyway, you're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info, and we're streaming live on those social media platforms that I mentioned earlier on, and you can watch these videos that I'm playing for you right there.
G4. Hey, 500,000. $200,000. 250 going. 250 going. 250 going.
Now, of course, if you're watching, you can see motorists weeping and begging as their cars are sold. If you're not watching, at least you can hear the crowd attempting to help the motorists keep their cars. And you can hear the motorists for yourself, weeping, begging as their cars are sold. And you could also hear the auction master announcing the bids. We're going to keep showing you those videos on our live stream. Nigeria Info 99.3 on Facebook, YouTube Nigeria Info FM. 250,000, 200,000, 270. You can hear that. And there's been a lot of debate about this situation, online, offline. You have those who say, well, the motorists committed an offense, so they cannot complain. But you have those who say, look, this punishment simply doesn't fit the crime. Because in the rest of the world, people don't lose their cars for traffic offenses. They get fined. If they fail to pay the fine, they can be arrested and tried. The only time someone loses their car is if maybe they park it in the wrong place or something like that. And in that situation, the car gets impounded, not forfeited. And once they pay their fine and their demurrage, they get their car back. But you have those who say fines are not enough. They say driving one way is dangerous. People can get killed. Critics of the law have said, well, yes, if someone actually harms people while breaking traffic rules, you can then escalate it to a criminal offense like voluntary manslaughter or vehicular assault. Because let's remember something, traffic violations are not crimes. Let me say that in a different way. In most countries, traffic violations are not classified as crimes. Then let's talk about impact. By the way, imagine a situation where it's your car, but now your friend, they drive the car, or now your staff, they drive the car. Now you, they suffer the punishment because now you go lose your car. And you go lose the car permanently. Does that make sense to you? Do you think it makes sense? A few years ago, state governments were demolishing people's houses if their tenants were kidnappers or fraudsters. And this argument came up back then. Does it make sense to have punishments like this that don't differentiate between the violator and the owner of the asset? I don't have a position. I don't have an opinion on this. I'm presenting all the sides for you, and you tell me what you think. What's your view of this situation? Women, we're sorry your phone line is still not back up. MTN says they're doing their best to fix it. So everybody call us on 0700-993-993-993. 0700-993-993-993. We've got WhatsApp. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. 080-95... hold on. Let me call that number out for you again. 080-959-75805. 99.3. Hello. Thanks for calling us.
Hello, Sandra.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, thank you for the wonderful work you're doing. My name is Dr. Joe Wankpa.
Dr. Joe Wankpa, welcome.
I'm calling you from Satellite Town, Lagos.
Good to have you on the show.
This is my first time getting you.
I'm glad you called today.
Yeah, and just talking about the case at hand, I think it is condemnable for one to drive against traffic. It's a very reckless behavior. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, this kind of what I call it judgment, or it is something done to the extreme. It's uncivilized.
Okay.
It doesn't happen. It shouldn't be happening in this kind of century.
Okay.
Then in a city like Lagos, so
well, sometimes you can offer a price too low or something along those lines.
Okay. So I think the Lagos State government should look deeper into this. It doesn't make sense at all. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. We've got Tosin in Ikorodu on the line. Hi, Tosin.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sandra.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, I'm happy to connect with you this afternoon.
I'm glad you're here. Welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, I saw the story on my Facebook as well concerning this auctioning of a vehicle. No, what I think about this is that I think about this action of things as a demonic and devilish things against humanity. Because a lot of people suffer a lot to buy their cars. Why would they just auction it like that without asking for a penalty for it, like to pay? Although I'm not supporting anybody violating government's law.
Right.
But we should be merciful sometimes in terms of, penalizing people, not by losing their car. It is not fair. It's not fair. It looks demonic, I'm telling you. Because the country is so hard that people can lose their car like this for government. You can imagine people are just happy optioning the car like that. It's not good. It's not fair, to be honest. I'm not happy about the way government do things in this Lagos, especially Nigeria as a whole.
Tosin, thanks for calling. 99.3, hello. Sorry about that. Give us a call back if you can. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Sandra.
How are you, sir? What's your name?
I'm okay. I'm Sunday. I'm calling from Ikeja.
Sunday, what do you think?
Yes, Sandra, I would say this is what we call a preposterous attempt. It's quite unfortunate. And at the same time, it's a violation to human rights.
Okay.
Every human being has a right, and in as much we know government also has the rules and regulations. But it has not gone to this extent, and it's not accepted in any country in the world.
Okay.
And black nation as it concerns, even the white men, they have law, and when you break laws, there are punishment, but not this kind of punishments, because it takes human stripes and grief to get what they want. And if you ask somebody who is working and takes him so many years to get a car, and you are you are impounding the car, and at the end of it, you deny them of accessing their car by solding their car. This is violating. It's human violation, and it's not accepted. I will advise them that the only best thing they can do, they can write a fine. If you violate traffic laws, even government itself violate traffic law. What about the police? Didn't the force do that? What have they been doing to them? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sunday. Mohammed is on the line. Hi, Mohammed.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mohammed.
I'm very happy to what government do to those people following one way. Because I can remember 4 years ago, Danfo driver killed my friend in one way.
Okay.
And that's to set all the cars that follow one way or car that everything. Thank you.
Okay, Mohammed, thank you very much for calling. We've got Taiwo joining us over Skype. Hi, Taiwo. Hello, Taiwo, are you there?
Hi, President Sandra.
Hi.
Yes, I am here.
Welcome, go ahead.
Yes, so my take to the auctioning of vehicles, I think it's totally unfair.
Okay.
It is too much a punishment for traffic
Violation.
violations. Thank you for that word.
Yeah.
So many of these people, that is their source of livelihood. That is where they earn their daily income. If they do not work for a day, like they do not have anything to come in for that day. So I think a fine should have been fine.
Okay.
In that particular instance. So I think Lagos State government has gone too far, and I think Sanwo-Olu was not properly advised.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Taiwo Ganiu, thank you very much for joining the conversation. Let's take a few. Do we have time to take a few more calls? No. Let me go instead to WhatsApp. On WhatsApp, we've got this message from Bidemi. Bidemi says, if the Lagos State government did not arraign those car owners, secure a conviction and a court order to auction those vehicles, it has acted in violation of their right to fair hearing and right to own property. A court will award them damages or reverse the sales. All right, Bidemi, thank you very much for your message. This message here doesn't have a name. It says, this thing is inhumane. Punishment has to be commensurate to the offense, and there's no way auctioning a person's car for a fraction of the price is commensurate punishment for a traffic offense. For a country that creates little value, we have an obsession with destruction. Thank you very much for your message. You didn't leave your name, but thanks for messaging us. We've got Gabriel in Amua Duffing who says, while I condemn driving against traffic, but you will discover that most of the roads are not clearly marked. What you discover is more of extortion than traffic control. Even the auctionaries seem happy doing an evil job. I saw a young man jailed for the same purpose, struggling to get back the korokpe he got via hire purchase. Even his mom is a widow. Very heartrending. A fine would have been better. Gabriel, thank you for your message. We've got this message from Kunle. Kunle says the punishment for driving against the traffic in Lagos is too draconian. Although the offense itself is a very serious violation of traffic laws, it should attract tangible sanctions. Kunle from New Okoba with that message there. This message says, Sandra, I hope Lagosians remember this in 2023. Nobody who makes you suffer like this deserves your vote when elections come around in 2023. Tunde Max says, Sandra, good afternoon. As tough as the traffic law is, it is the right way to go. Did you see Akosile this morning? The SA to the governor stopped a violator this morning. We need discipline. Most people are speaking from a place of ignorance or emotions. You cannot do such in advanced countries. The Lagos State government gave them the go-ahead to do it. All right, Tunde Max, thank you for your message. Yes, while you cannot drive against traffic in advanced countries, if you do drive against traffic or break any other traffic violation, like eating in your car while driving or drinking in your car while driving, it doesn't matter if it's gala and lakasara that you bought in traffic. It's illegal to eat and drink while you're driving. If you do those things abroad, you're not going to have your car auctioned. You're going to pay a fine. If you kill someone while driving abroad, you're going to face criminal charges like voluntary manslaughter or vehicular assault. Those ones are crimes. Traffic violations don't have you losing your vehicle abroad. Let's take more messages here. We don't have time to take calls right now because we have a break coming up, but I'm going to take messages and then we'll come back to the phone lines. Here's a message that says, if anyone had ever been a victim of an accident as a result of drivers passing one way, nobody will be complaining of auctioning of the impounded cars. Just last month, an Okada following one way at Bariga hit a girl just a few meters to her house before my very eyes. We complain too much in this country. Tunji from Akoka with that message there. I don't think anyone is saying that people should not pay for violating traffic offenses. I think they're saying that the punishment is too harsh. It's too draconian. That's the biggest complaint I've heard. If auction applies to all, then justice is done. But the high in the land who drive against traffic are not part of this. There's no justice here. You didn't leave your name, but thank you very much for your message. Let's take a break. When we come back from this break, let me take you to Eritrea, where they're gearing up for more war with Ethiopia. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. You're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
This is an infomercial.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
Let's hear it from the brand builders, brand enthusiasts, brand promoters, and brand heroes. The 2022 edition of Marketing Edge Awards and Marketing Summit honors outstanding marketing professionals at a 2-in-1 epoch-making event, which holds on Friday, September 16th, 2022. Guest speakers at the Marketing Summit, Mrs. Tolulope Adedeji, Marketing Director, AB InBev West Africa, and Mr. Emeka Okeke, Founder and CEO, Media Fuse Densu. Special guest of honor, Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sonwo-Olu, Executive Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun. Venue, Harbour Point Hall, Victoria Island. Time, 5 p.m. prompt. Marketing Edge, promoting the brand idea.
Health, they say, is wealth. But when securing good health costs you an arm and a leg, naturally, you hear people scream. Yepa! Or when you are at the hospital and they insist on a hefty deposit before treatment. Yepa! Or after receiving the full hospital bill and you realize that it may cost you not just an arm and a leg, but also your birthright. Yepa!
But when Avon HMO has your back, you won't have to scream, Yepa, because in the end, we all need people. Visit avonhealthcare.com now to get an Avon Health plan for you and your people. Avon HMO, empowering you to live a healthier, fuller life.
When person suppose chop, which kind of food? They say no test before you marry.
I go test. Even the day of my wedding, I go test before I go church. They just won't keep eating.
So I just want to say about this section of the church.
I will taste before I buy.
Even if it is me, I will test too. Test and test and test and test again.
The full course meal you want church.
This one I read better talk.
Join us, Talk Better Talk, every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for 7 p.m. on Top Wazobia TV and Wazobia Max TV, UHF 57, DSTV 259, GoTV 98, and Star Times 195.
We bring fun.
Good vibes.
We go in through the nook
and come out through the crannies.
We even have very serious conversation.
No, we don't.
Oh, yes, we do.
No, we don't. And that's what makes us ask you, what's up, niggas? Let's do this. I am Stretch.
I am Marianne.
And let's fire up your mid-morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. You're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. It's 3:29 right now. Let's take a break from Nigeria. Let's go to Eritrea. Fridays, after all, on the Big Three for global stories. The Tigray War has restarted. That's our second story. For most of this year, there's been a truce between the Ethiopian government and the Tigray regional government. But a couple of weeks ago, fighting resumed. The Tigrays and observers are blaming Ethiopia for the reigniting of the war. But Ethiopia, does have an ally here, Eritrea. Remember that when the war started last year, we talked about here in the Google. Now it's like that again. The American government has ordered a full mobilization. That means every man aged 55 and younger is being ordered to report for military duty. That's happening in the capital, Asmara. In that same capital, the army is rounding men up, driving them to the Tigray border. There's video of families weeping as their fathers and husbands and sons are taken away. It's a sorry sight. It's looking like Eritrea is getting ready for an all-out war in Ethiopia. And I wonder if you think Africa will just let it happen. I mean, we have the African Union. One of their mandates is to help prevent wars on the continent. And right now we're watching in slow motion as this war gets hotter and hotter. What do you think the African Union should be doing to stop this war? What do you think countries like Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa, who are leaders on the continent, what do you think they should be doing to restore peace? 0700-993-993-993. And yes, you can still talk to me about our first story happening right here, or happened right here in Lagos. 99.3, hello. Sorry about that. Give us a call back if you can. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Sandra.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir?
My name is Azubike Evans.
Azubike, welcome. Go ahead.
I want to talk concerning the first attack.
Yes, go ahead.
That the rally Labour Party is organizing in Lagos.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm not surprised if those lawyers will go ahead to court to stop them from doing
the rally in Lagos, right?
Since somebody can now go to court in Imo State to go and stop INEC from using electronic transmission of results. You don't know that these people, they don't like good things. They know that we youth, we are trying to make a change. So they will make sure that they will stop all they know that we will. There's no problem. By 28th of this month now, campaign will start. Will they tell me that Lagos State now, they will not do campaign in Lagos State?
Well, the lawsuit is trying to stop any rallies by Labour Party in Lagos.
I don't know what they want to achieve by doing that, but there's no problem. We'll see how we end. Good.
Azubike, thank you very much for calling. We've got a call via Skype. What's your name? It doesn't say.
Good morning. This is Michael calling from Michigan.
Hi, Michael from Michigan. Go ahead.
Hi, Sandra.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, so I want to contribute towards the first story about the traffic offenders.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so from my standpoint, what I have to say is that if you have been a victim of one of these one-way traffic offenders, like you lose a family member, you won't come out and say that, oh, what the government is doing is wrong.
Okay.
I was in Nigeria about 2 years ago.
No, let's not talk about Nigeria. Let's talk about Michigan, where you're at. In Michigan, when you violate traffic, what happens?
They impound cars.
Okay, they impound. Do they auction your car?
Yeah.
Do they auction your car?
The government never takes it, but it's a different culture entirely.
Okay. Which one do you think is better? The one where you lose your car, or the one where they impound, you pay a fine and get it back?
My dear sister, I will tell you the one you lose your car, because
okay.
My mother now doesn't even come out because of fear of losing her life. A little girl was not while she was trying to cross the road to go meet her father. She just left the school. And this one-way traffic offender just was going on high speed. It was immediate. This happened at Era in Lagos 2 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, if that was an only child, that parents would be left in grief forever.
Yeah.
So I believe if the government start off strongly at first, they reduce the punishments later.
Okay.
At least let people get the message.
Okay.
That we are out here to put a stop to this.
All right.
Probably it will reduce the amount of this one-way users, and they go on high speed. Even big trailers carrying tippers carrying sand, going on high speed on one way. Even those using pedestrian, they just go out there. It is when I was in Nigeria, it was so scary to even go out in Lagos.
Yeah.
It was scary to go out in Lagos. So I would say yes, I commend Lagos State government. At least let them put a total stop to this. Probably later on, they now start reducing the punishment when people have gotten the message.
Thank you very much for calling, for joining us from Michigan. 99.3, hello. Sorry about that. Call back if you can. 99.3, hello.
Hey, Sandra.
Good to have you on the show, Kevin.
I greet you.
I greet you too.
Yes, just like the caller from Michigan said, if you have been a victim of these traffic violators, then you will know that it's not the tea party we are discussing here. A lot of people have no business being on the road with vehicles. They have no business at all. Even when it's not necessary. Look at the other day, I was coming back from somewhere, from the new shrine. In the night that I was coming back, around 12:31, people were still plying the BRT lane. For what essence is that? When the road is clear and free. So, what Lagos State government has done, I would like to balance it like this, that maybe they should have looked at first offenders. They should have looked at, create a mechanism where they will have the names of first offenders and second offenders. Then at most, the treatment should not be the same. Maybe the second offenders, yes, options can take place. First offenders, fine, will be better because of the present situation in the country now. A lot of people are trying to make ends meet. But on the other hand, people have to be law abiding. There is no way about it. My advice is, if you go to areas you are not conversant with, areas like First Track, like me, for example, if I want to go to First Track, the only place I know in First Track is the pastor's office. If I want to go to Shomuru or some other areas, I don't drive to have a problem. So I think that the state government should look at the laws again and look into it again. Although some people have said even they should not even find them or auction it, they should crush the vehicles. You understand? So that's the thing. On your second story, I don't know how this story is going to solve. I think Ethiopia is the only country in Africa that colonized another country. So
yes.
So I don't know. I saw the Prime Minister at the inauguration of William Ruto. You could see that the man is agitated. Even when they were asking him where you should go through to, when they were passing him out, he said, "No, I'm not thinking I want to take this place." So Africa Union, I've told you before, they are just a sleeping giant that don't have anything to do. Because war is terrible. War, it starts, but we don't know where it ends.
It never ends, yeah.
Yeah, it starts. Yeah. Look at what's happening in Russia now and Ukraine.
Yeah.
So I wish you well.
All right, Kevin, thank you very much for calling. Ike is in Lekki. Hi, Ike.
Good afternoon, Sandra.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
This is Ike calling from Lekki State.
Good to have you on the show.
Yeah, in this 2023 presidency, I see that Southerners are the most disorganized people I have ever seen in Nigeria. Okay. Because we have been coming of Southern presidency. Now, someone from Southeast wants to do his rally in Lagos. They are suing him to court. Okay, does it mean that somebody from APC or PDP, if they are coming to Southeast or South to do their rally, are they going to also sue that particular person?
Okay.
This part of the state, we are so disorganized, we don't really know what to not. And I pray that if P2B did not, we let Northern and let the power go back to North. Okay. After, everybody will be crying that Northerners are the one ruling.
All right, thank you very much for calling. We've got Chooks who says, Sandra, in December last year, I was directed by a LASMA officer into one way in Yaba. My car was impounded and I was given right of first refusal. I had to pay 200,000 naira to get my car. Lagos State government should mark one ways properly. Frank Cheke says, since this is a law, why not let's kill those that go against traffic laws? I think it will end bad traffic violators once and for all, Abi. Okay. Here's a message from John. John is in Dallas. John says people are also victims of accidents where they don't lose their car. The police will investigate. If the driver is at fault, he will be charged to court. The guy from Michigan sitting up there talking smack. I live in Dallas. I promise you, if his car was impounded and sold, he'll be in court suing the government. They should have at least They should have at least made the fine stiff. Like if they know they're gonna sell the car for 200,000 or 250,000, they can give them the first option to pay 250,000 or something. Selling people's source of livelihood in a country that does not create any type of employment, I'm sorry to say, it's barbaric. John sent us that message from Dallas. John, thank you very much for your message. Sandra, honestly, I love the step that the Lagos State government has taken. The entire vehicle is not even equivalent to just one human life by the traffic offenders. Humble Webbo from Agbado with that message there. We've got this message here from Mike. Mike says, emotions just flying. As painful as losing a loved one to driving is, what if the accident was caused by overspeeding? Will we then recommend impounding vehicles that overspeed? Well, overspeeding is a traffic violation. So, yes, if you overspeed, they impound your vehicle and auction it. If you're eating in traffic, whether eating galao, or you're eating granotto, or you're eating walnutto, they impound your vehicle and sell it. It's not just one way that is the traffic violation. It's all traffic violations. We've got a message here from Hassan. Hassan is in Canada. Hassan says, I'm a registered car dealer here in Canada. I buy cars from auction, but no single car auctioned is impounded by police or government. I think those people should sue the Lagos State government for this. Hassan from Canada, thank you for your message. Muiwa says, the guy from Michigan spoke my mind. I lost my grandfather to this menace. My friend suffers from a broken cheekbone for the same reason. And I once saw a man hit dead at Dokpemu and a lady at Abulegba at another time. People lose lives and limbs daily to it. It's just the way to go. Well, again, like I said, if people die from this, that's unfortunate. It's sad. It shouldn't be happening. But there are other things you can do to punish somebody who kills someone, during a traffic violation. You can send them to jail. You can sue them for vehicular assault. You can sue them for voluntary manslaughter. Does auctioning their car make sense? That's a question that I'm asking. We've got someone here who says, Sandra, Sandra, you're moderating the program along a narrative that encourages most of your callers to condemn the auctioning of cars of convicted traffic offenders. Must we adopt everything in Western world as a standard? Nigeria is an independent country with our peculiarities. People are dying as a result of reckless drivers. All right, Yumi Williams with that message there. Thank you, Yumi. Mezi Dodo says, driving against traffic is not good, but it should be a fine. Who is going to fine the government for not fixing the potholes on our roads or fixing our street lights or providing security on our roads? Okay. We've got Che Mezier from Fort Collins who says, you see the Tigray war, it isn't talked about enough. I recently met a young man that lost his mother and younger brother in the war. He cannot reach his wife since electricity, communication, banking has been halted in Tigray. He can't even talk to his wife unless he is able to go through aid NGOs. He can't even send money to her since the banking system has been suspended. Sandra, AU is the weakest regional system I've ever seen. This guy I met was disappointed with Obasanjo since he doesn't know his effect as an AU envoy. We need to talk more about this war, not just the Ukraine war. Here's another message. Sandra, who is afraid or scared of the 1 million march? Edward from Ikorodu with that question there. We've got this message here that says, why can't the offenders be fined heavily? If you cannot pay the fine, then go to jail. The sight of the auctions was kind of distasteful to me. Does Sanwo-Olu understand the political implications of this? Okay. Sandra, I am in total support of the state government's discipline of those violators of traffic laws, but the government also needs to discipline themselves for our bad roads that are causing traffic, thereby making life unbearable for Lagosians. That's Moyo Shore from Surulere with that message there. I'm expecting our guests from Webster University to walk into the studio any moment now, and as soon as they do, we're going to pivot and talk about their offerings. So for those of you who want to go to university, start university education in Ghana, finish in the US, Asia, or other countries in the West, you need to stick around and listen to what they have to say. If you want to also go on scholarship, etc., they can also help you with that. Peter Ayorinde says, I am vehemently against the auctioning of or crushing of automobiles because of driving one way. I must mention that we must not cut the tongue of the dog for biting the owner's son, because when armed robbers come, he'll look away. This is what we say about disparity in punishments and rewards within the leaders and the citizens. The Lagos state government should go through the courts before these kinds of bizarre activity. There should be punishments for first offenders and repeated offenders. Those who support the punishment because they've witnessed the consequences may also support jungle justice because of the saying it serves them well. Nigerians know they hear a word. However, if we don't have order, organization, and appropriate balance between fairness in crime and punishment, no one cuts the baby's tongue for always crying, because baby know they hear a word. All right. I think I can come back to the phone lines now. I thought my guests would be in the studio with me at this time, but they're not here yet. So let me come back to the phone lines. 99.3, hello.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, sir. Welcome.
How are you today?
I'm very well.
My name is Prince Suarez, calling you right away from Oshodi, this Samara.
Welcome.
Thank you. You see, the governor said some time ago, I don't know, maybe the law was not by the state assembly, but offer the car, if our Mr. Governor, I will allow the owner to buy it. But as it is now, I know they will change the law, but we Lagos, we must discipline ourselves. To drive against traffic is not good. If at all, it costs a lot of effort. You can kill somebody, the cost goes low. What I'm talking about, so Lagos must be disciplined. The last day that you find in Lagos, see gutter flow with a lot of refuse we dump into the gutter. So the way we live our life in Lagos, if somebody go out of Nigeria today, even though you go to Cotonou, you maintain law under there. But when you come back home, you do all this kind of thing. It's not right at all. So what governor have done, maybe it's a warning to other people. That's my stand this afternoon.
Thank you very much for calling, Prince YS. Ruben is on the line. Hi, Ruben.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. When the guy from the state of Michigan made his comment, I was I was in shock, because in fact I didn't know how to respond to him. But when the guy from Dallas called and he said something very, very serious, I was very, very happy. And I'll paraphrase what he said. Mr. Man from Michigan, if you were the one in that state of Michigan that we are driving on one way and you hit a white girl on the road, and the state of Michigan government carry your car and they crush it or sell it off at a giveaway price, I am very, very sure you will be the first Nigerian, if not the last, to go to court and sue the state of America. So please, stop trying to use the life of an innocent girl to emotionally blackmail Nigerians. This thing is rubbish. It's illegal. You don't do that to people. That car, most of those cars, 80 to 90% of them are Uber and for transportation. So it's a source of livelihood. It's the life of these people. So you don't make such statements just because you don't japa, enjoy your japa, but stop making us feel like we don't know what is right. What the Lagos State government did is wrong. A show of shame. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ruben, for calling. All right. My guests from Webster University are in the studio now. I have Krista Sanders here. I've got Mr. Jacob Dodo, and I've also got Miss Ihuoma Achara. Last time you met Miss Ihuoma Achara, she was here presenting checks from Webster University to the winners of I Beg to Differ. Krista Sanders is the campus director at Webster University, Ghana. Jacob is the director of enrollment management for Webster University, Ghana. And Miss Ihuoma Achara is the Nigeria representative, Webster University University, Ghana. Krista, good to see you again.
It's wonderful to see you, Sandra. Thank
Welcome
you for
back.
having us.
Yes,
again.
and thank you for giving us your money for the debate tournament. That was great. Okay, so there are people who listened for the 3 weeks of the tournament, and they kept hearing Webster University, Ghana, Webster University, Ghana, Webster University, Ghana. Krista, tell us about Webster University, Ghana.
Absolutely. So Webster University is an American university. We are based in St. Louis, Missouri. We were founded in 1915, and we have a long established history of providing global American education all over the world. The beauty of Webster University is that we have campuses across 4 continents and 10 countries, including the African continent in Ghana. And we're coming from our Accra, Ghana campus. The nice thing about the Webster model is that students receive a U.S. accredited degree at both the undergraduate as well as postgraduate level, with opportunities for study abroad as well as transfer to any campus of your choice. So students can literally come to Accra, Ghana, start their general requirements, which are needed all over the world, take advantage of our discounted tuition, which is highly discounted in the world of Webster, also get a scholarship at the Webster Ghana campus, and then eventually do a study abroad anywhere they like around the world, in America or Europe or Asia, and then permanently transfer and finish up in their country of choice. And many of our students at the Webster Ghana campus, and I must say we have a very diverse community, which includes Nigerian students and students from over 31 nationalities, do choose to start in Ghana and finish abroad. So returning to Nigeria, because we have received so many wonderful Nigerian students who are leading at the Ghana campus, enjoying the education and getting involved in the community, and also studying internationally. That's the Webster difference. We are focused on global citizenship and individual excellence.
Okay, let's talk about programs, because we didn't really get into all of that. I mean, we mentioned a few of the programs during I Beg to Differ, but we didn't get into much detail. So Jacob, talk to me about the degrees that are offered at Webster University Ghana campus.
Sure, and good afternoon to your listeners. Happy to be back. So at Webster University Ghana, we offer both graduate and undergraduate programs. So graduate masters and undergraduate first degree. So for undergraduate programs that we have on offer, we have international relations, we have computer science, we have psychology, we have media studies, and then we have management, which is similar to business administration. At the master's level, we have a master's in international relations, we have the master's in human resources management, and then we have the MBA. For the MBA, you can choose to do a general MBA program, or you can choose to specialize. So we have emphasis areas for you to specialize. Some of the emphasis areas are digital marketing, we have corporate communications, there's corporate finance. For the IT guys, we have project management for you. There's cyber security, and there's information technology management.
Nice, pretty nice. Okay, so I hear you, Krista, when you say Webster University gives you the opportunity to start in Ghana and then finish off elsewhere. But what else sets you apart? Aside that, what else? Why else should I come to Webster University to get a degree?
Well, I think the fact that Webster University has been around for quite some time means that we're established in the higher education landscape, particularly with regards to international education and doing it well. In addition to this, we have small classroom sizes, so you receive a personalized approach to education. We have faculty coming from all parts of the globe to teach at our campus in Ghana and our other campuses around the world, and they're experts in their respective industries. There's also opportunities for internship. We know in today's world you need to have practical work experience, and we offer that with over 35 different multinational companies and organizations that the students can get involved in. We also have a diverse community, and once again, an opportunity to study abroad or transfer. And I think that that's the key selling point, in addition to our discounted tuition and the scholarships that exist that we know everyone wants to apply for so that they too can take advantage of a global educational experience.
Okay. So I know, Ihoma, I understand that August intakes are done, but do we have other intakes about to happen? Are August intakes still going on? What's happening with intakes? Tell me.
Okay, we have 5 intakes every year.
Okay.
The August intake is done. October will be next.
Okay.
And after that, we have January, then March, May, and August next year. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I love that there's so many options, so many ways to get into Webster University Ghana. Jacob, talk to me about scholarships. The scholarships really got the people going when we were doing I Beg to Differ. They were very interested in those. So talk to me about that, the scholarship opportunities.
Yes, and yes, we have a number of scholarship opportunities available to students to take advantage of. So when Ihoma was talking, she spoke about the October intake, which is starting on the 24th of October for undergraduate students.
Okay.
The good thing is, if you are looking at starting in October, anyone that submits their application by the 23rd of September, they are eligible for an automatic 30% scholarship.
Oh.
You don't need to do anything by virtue of you submitting your application before 23rd September.
Oh, you don't have a lot of time,
Yeah.
Hey, start going, start going.
Yes, so by virtue of you doing that, you enjoy that.
Okay.
Aside that, we have scholarships up to 50% for students to take advantage of.
Okay.
And these are need-based scholarships. So
Okay.
looking at your financial situation, the financial situation of your sponsor, and then we have merit-based scholarship based on your performance in the WAEC, the A-level, the O-level, or your undergraduate degree performance. You can apply to the merit-based scholarship.
I see. Well, Lagos, 23rd is next week, Friday, literally 1 week from today. So if you want to get in on that good, you better go now. Like, do it now. Seriously, right now. Okay. So I know why Webster University sponsored I Beg to Differ. It made sense. But you're back in Nigeria today. Why, Ihoma? What are you guys doing back here?
Yeah, Webster University campus director is in town to meet with parents, students, and anybody interested in enrolling in Webster Ghana.
Okay.
So that's the basic thing.
Okay.
And we encourage any student who is interested in pursuing a career should come to anybody interested in earning a degree in an American university should come to Webster Ghana.
So you have the director, that's Krista,
Yes.
here
Yes,
to
yeah.
meet the parents, meet the guardians
Yeah.
of the prospective students of Webster University.
Yeah.
What's going to happen at this meeting, Krista?
So we're going to talk about the many offerings that we have at Webster University. It's an info session, so you can learn how to apply. I'll add that it is a quick online process. So when you talk about in another week we have to have it done, we can get it done. We can get it done, Nigeria.
When is the
We can
meeting
get it
happening?
done.
When is it happening? Where is it happening?
It's happening tomorrow, Saturday, the 17th of September,
Okay.
at the Museum Center,
Okay.
Boardroom 2.
Okay.
Museum Center is at number 8/9 Marina.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody knows Museum Center, I believe.
Okay.
And it's going to be at 11 o'clock.
Okay,
in the
11 o'clock in the morning. So is this free? Do we need to pay anything to get in to meet with Krista, or?
It's free.
Okay.
Absolutely free.
So people can just troop in, meet with Krista, talk about the options available at Webster University, etc., etc.
Absolutely. And you're not just going to meet me.
Okay.
You're going to meet our esteemed director of enrollment. And he's the person who makes the decisions with his team on who gets in to Webster University. You're also going to meet Ms. Ihoma Achara, who is our Nigerian representative. So we're going to be able to engage. We're going to be able to have a Q&A. We're going to have some few refreshments and really talk about the world of Webster. And we love that Nigerians represent the number 2 population at Webster Ghana right now, along with 30 some other nationalities, but Nigerian students are there and present. And we're back again because we would like to recruit more Nigerians to come and experience the Webster difference.
And hey, there's ASU strike ongoing at the moment.
That's
So,
right.
take advantage of these scholarships I'm hearing about. So there's 30% if you enroll before the 23rd of September. There's 50%, am I right?
Yeah, so you can apply for more aside the 30%.
Oh, so I can get a 30% if I enroll by 23rd and then apply for more?
Exactly.
Awesome. Lagos. Please, how do people get started? Do you have a website? Do you have social
Yes,
media?
we do.
Do
In
you
fact,
have all of those?
Yes, we do. I mean, we are, when it comes to social media, we're all over it. We're at Webster Ghana. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. You can follow us. You can like us. I will defer to my admissions director to talk about, again, how you can apply, the URL that you would use. And we want to recruit for October and January. Those are the two intakes we're looking at right now, but there's no reason why you can't start in October next month. Mr. Jodo, would you like to explain that to our audience?
Yes, happy to do that. So tomorrow as well, anyone that has their WIAC results, please pass by with them. We're able to give on-the-spot admissions, or we're able to tell you whether you'd be able to get admitted for October or January as well.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and the link for you to start your application is a very straightforward, simple online application.
Okay.
It's www.webster.edu/apply.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Krista Sanders, who is the campus director, Webster University, Ghana. Mr. Jacob Dudu is the director of enrollment management, Webster University, Ghana. Miss Ihuoma Achara is the Nigeria representative, Webster University, Ghana. Okay, we've got news coming up right now, but before I let Vaughn in, I'm in trouble for this already. Very quickly, your phone number.
Yes. So our telephone number is 0912 374-818. So 0912-374-818.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Dudu. And Krista, thank you so much. It was good to have you in the studio again. Lagos, let's take a break and bring you the news. Don't go away.